Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel Intuitive Guidance. I'm Nikita. I hope you're doing very well and I hope you're all taking good care of yourself. I am doing your love reading for the month of March. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment, and if you'd like a personal, my details are in the description box below. If there's a link, if you click on that you will go straight to my website where you can order a reading with me to fit your specific needs and to give you more clarity on your specific situation. So I'm going to get into your reading. The main thing that is literally screaming out at me is do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up hope. Do not give up. Whatever it is you're doing, don't give up, because you don't know how close you actually are. And that is like literally screaming out at me, and I can really feel it in like my solar plexus area right here. So there's something that you're kind of healing from. We've got the Seven of Swords here and the Star. So it's very difficult for you to heal because your mind is still very much there. It's that there's a lot of sentimentality. There's a lot of kind of letdown and disappointment. But there's also, it's like you are trying to move forward. You really, really are trying to move forward. When coming into the beginning of March, so around now, you are trying to move forward. It's really, really loud outside. So it's like you are trying to move forward, but you kind of keep trapping yourself, like you keep putting yourself in a predicament because it's not easy. That's it. That's really it. It's not easy. You're used to kind of probably, whoever this resonates with, you're used to kind of thinking over and over about things that didn't work out, why they didn't work out, kind of like obsessive thoughts about it, and you're trying to reduce the amount of thoughts you have about situations that haven't worked out for you, or things that have made you feel a certain way in the past, or even memories, like things that trigger memories. You're trying, and the load is much lighter because you do have, you know, the Nine of Swords here. There's the Eight of Swords. The load is much lighter here with this, with the Five Swords that he's carrying. But it's not gonna obviously happen overnight. But you're really trying to kind of, you're still kind of shooting yourself in the foot because your mind is a little bit feeling like you've failed when it's not you at all. But you know, you are lightening the load here. You are healing. You are trying to drown yourself in love and nurture yourself and appreciate yourself and allow yourself to know it's not you, it's not your fault in whatever's happened, and the circumstance is, you know, I feel like now you're trying to tell yourself you can move forward. It's okay to move forward, whereas before I feel like, I know that, you know, we earth signs, we live in the past anyway, but like we're very much in the past in terms of the way we think. But now you're trying to look forward, and it's not just for someone, you know, because you've met someone new. It's not because, you know, you're actually doing this for yourself, and you're more than willing to heal and to be the best version of yourself. I feel like there's someone that let you down here, the Emperor. The Emperor is the card of Aries, the Devil's the card of Capricorn. Doesn't have to be, I'm just saying. But this person may have come across as someone that was really about their business. They meant what they said and they said what they meant. There was someone that was kind of gonna be your mentor and your guide in life, your husband possibly, or your wife. Someone that you saw a future with, someone that you thought was strong and made great decisions, and you know, someone that could just take charge and be that role, and they let you down, I feel. And it turned out that they might not have known what exactly they wanted, or they were operating from a place of maybe more ego based, or power, on a power trip, or temptation, wanting something at that moment and then kind of changing their mind I get a feeling of like someone changing their mind or just not being like they were when you met them. Not being that person that you maybe fell in love with or liked because of what they displayed. They weren't that. They just almost like they talked a good game. So then you were left kind of trying to free yourself from that. I feel there's a lot of back and forth. So maybe you do sometimes you do really well, and you're in this. You've got this energy, and you're feeling like, I've got this. I don't need anybody. And then other days you're feeling like, someone come and save me. Someone come and save me from this mundane life. I really want, something new, something exciting, or I really want this person that I can marry, or whatever. I feel like there's a lot of back and forth with that. But again, with the Eight of Swords, there might be someone that you confide in or talk to, or a friend or something like that, that kind of helps you out, relieves your worries or your burdens, or just helps you. It's a bit therapeutic when you speak to them. I don't know why I'm getting that, but for some of you, there's a good friend or family member or whoever that you speak to that kind of reminds you, not to be so down or be so hard on yourself, or to not give up hope, kind of thing, whatever it is, or just gives you that little pep talk when you need it. So the Ace of Wands, you're prepared for new opportunity, especially in career and finance. I'm seeing there is changes coming up, and that's because I feel like you took action. You decided you weren't going to kind of sit around and wait on love anymore, or to go after. You decided you were going to go after love, go after your future investments, such as your career and finances. You're going to go after that just as hard as you go for love, especially if you were the kind of person that was looking for a husband or a wife, and you felt that was something that would be your ultimate happiness. It's like now you feel like you're going to go hard in terms of your career, or foundation, building something for yourself, because that won't let you down, and you're taking that energy and you're really putting it into something that's going to make you feel a lot more stable in the future. The Three of Swords, so it's like you are healing again, still looking at this emotional bliss that you feel that you want. So like I was saying to Aries, it's like this, it's obviously a really, really beautiful card, the Ten of Cups. It's got there's like a rainbow of cups, there's this family around a campfire, it's cozy, it's lovely, it's definitely one of my favorite cards, and they're all spending time together. There's no TV, there's no phones, there's no, they're just enjoying each other's company, and they really are doing that. And there's like 2 generations here. There's even a pet cat sleeping really cozily. And it's just, money could never buy it. You couldn't buy this. And that's where your heart is. You're very family orientated. You very much want, that is, your idea of happiness. Your family around you. Like I said to Aries with this card, if you're a single parent, I feel like you want to, blend families, where you want someone to kind of like, close the gap there. Like this parent would make you guys complete, step parent or whatever. But it's just like you want to, and if you're single, you just want this family, you want something to call your own, you want something to have and to cherish and to love, because that's, obviously one of the things that money can't buy. Family and love and, companionship and stuff. So I feel that's very heavily on your mind. You're very much disappointed that whoever this person was that you thought could give it to you isn't going to be the person, but I still feel that you're kind of battling yourself and telling yourself not to give up, and that is the message. Do not give up. I've 100% agree, don't give up. this is what you want, still reach for that. It's not impossible, you know. It's not something you're asking. It's not like you're asking for something crazy, and even if you were, you should still challenge yourself and prove and do it, because there's not a lot of things that we can't do. It's our minds that limit us. And speaking of minds limiting us, you know, we have the Nine of Swords here. But I feel like this is kind of positive, because you've got the Nine of Swords, there's the demon, like really, you know, driving away at you as you're trying to sleep. And you're like, for fuck's sake, I just want to get some sleep. And you take your sword out here. But I feel like you are, you know, in this month of March, you're going to be quite victorious in slaying your fears and slaying the dragon, and you know, everything that kind of holds you back, which is thinking about why things didn't work, how things could maybe possibly never work, you know, thinking about things that could go wrong. Will I ever get married? Will I ever have this family? Am I just destined to be alone, or whatever? You know, these are like deep fears that come out. But I feel like you're trying to, with the Queen of Swords, really take control of them. And she's looking up at the sword with her hand out. It's a, you know, and look at her face, is very determined. And you know, Taurians, we are extremely determined. When we put our mind to something, when we set our mind to something, we can and we will do it. And especially if you tell us you're wrong, or someone says you're wrong, or it's not possible, or you shouldn't do that, or we don't think you can do that, we're even more so going to be, you know, determined, sometimes to a fault, to a point where it's like, you know, everyone's saying, what's Nicki Minaj's song, 100 motherfuckers can't tell me nothing, excuse my language. That's literally how we are. I don't care if there's 1,000 people telling me something. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to go hard when I'm doing it. Like, I'm going to make sure that I get the results I want. And like I said, obviously sometimes it's to a fault, because, you know, many people could be saying this person's not good for you and blah blah blah. But when you believe that something, you know, you just kind of stick your heels in, which, you know, isn't necessarily the best way. But I'm going off topic here. So yeah, so I feel like the thoughts are, you know, being more, it's like you're controlling them. You're trying to find the way to control them. You're finding a way to do that, instead of just allowing your thoughts to roam free and allowing your fears to take over. You're very much trying to zone in on, no, I'm not going to think like that. The butterfly represents to me, you know, future, looking at the future and trying to kind of take your mind there and manifest what you want and remember what you want. And like I said, her face is very determined, her hand is out, you know, open and willing. It's a very airy kind of card. Obviously it is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius's card. But yeah, it's just, to me, it's like you're zoning in on your thoughts, taking control of them, and not allowing them to just, you know, be all over the place in terms of fears and things that could go wrong and things that have gone wrong. Because you have like fears of failure and things like that. And to some of you, not having this family, or, you know, something emotional, like achieving an emotional, loving relationship and true connection is failing for you. Like, forget the money, the cars, the clothes, or whatever. Like, for you, family is, you know, very big for some of you, who I'm reading for. We've got the Page of Wands and Justice. So for some of you, I feel like you had to leave something behind, or you might receive a message from someone and you might make the decision to just ignore it, because you know that in the long run it's going to actually lead to more heartache for you, and you're in a place where you feel you're healing. So it might get you in a position where you're kind of like, oh God, why is this person that, blah blah blah, and a little bit of conflict. But I don't feel like, you know, you're probably not going to try and take it on too much if this is someone that comes in and sends you a message. Could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or just a message that comes in out of nowhere, but maybe a meaningless message as well. But with the Justice, it's like there's nothing that this person can give you. You know, they can't give you what you want. So, and they're not saying anything that's making you reconsider or reevaluate your decision. It's just maybe like a WhatsApp text or a hey, or you know, whatever. It's not anything that's giving you hope. So it's just like, it's best I just cut this off before I end up hurting myself. You guys are kind of doing all right on your own though with the Nine of Pentacles, especially financially. It might be a good month for you financially, Taurus. It might be a really good month for you financially. Let's see what this Page of Wands and Justice say. Three of Wands. Yeah, it's like it gives you, it helps you make the decision to move on even more, whatever this person possibly comes back and says. There you are. And it makes you more determined, and it makes you want to stay focused. Remember what I said about us digging our heels in when we get, you know, really stubborn? Well, look at the bull, and then look how he's like digging his heels in. His head's even going forward. And the King of Pentacles is like not losing sight of this pentacle. So it's just like, it makes this message makes you think even more. You know, I'm not moving my stance. I'm not changing. I'm not bending. I'm not compromising myself for you, because you've come back with this message. That's not happening. I know what I want. I've said what I want. If you can't deliver, leave me alone. No matter how much it kind of stings you or makes you think, oh, I really do want to speak to them, or I miss them. It's just, I feel it's just still, you know, the case. The Five of Swords, because it's like, you know it's just going to lead to pain and hurt and disappointment. Like, it's not going to go anywhere. It's just a hollow victory. It might be, for now, it might be like, oh yes, they've actually got in contact with me and I wonder what they want. No, you know, the Ace of Cups. And unless they're coming back and expressing, you know, their love and what they want, and you're on the same page, then, you know, for you it's a hollow victory. What's the point? The Page of Cups on the bottom. This person might even be shocked that you reject them or don't reply to them. It's like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. So the Eight of Cups, yeah, you might even leave them in their feelings as well, because like, you're off. You're like, no, I don't have time for it. The Page of Pentacles. And then the Ten of Pentacles. You might start trying to distract yourself with work. But again, I feel like this is a good month financially for you, Taurus. Whatever comes in, or whatever happens, or whatever you invest in, or just maybe you had a bonus, or you have whatever the situation is. I just feel like it's a better month financially than usual. But you've turned your back on this person. They may be even in their feelings like, damn, like, are they really done with me? Or they really, you know, they might be a bit confused, let's say. And you do feel this. It's not like you're just like, nope, and you're, you know, calmly walking off. You do feel it. You're just choosing to keep your emotions under wraps. In fact, you might even be quite distracted at work or at what you were putting your energy and focus into. It might kind of knock you off kilter a bit, but you'll be fine again. It's just that initial kind of, did I do the right thing? Did I make the right choice? Did I, you know, was I too harsh? No, you weren't. And yes, continue moving forward, because this person isn't on the same page as you right now. So what's the point? The Hierophant and the Ace of Pentacles. This is what your mind's on. Commitment, stability. Like, you just really want to be stable and Two of Cups. Yeah, you want this connection, you want to be stable. This is what your mind's really on in March. I don't feel like it's going to happen in March, but your mind is really very much on it. The Empress and the Lovers. I feel like you've outgrown situations where it's just like, you know, soulmate connections, but like you're not getting what you want, you're not getting your needs met, or situations where it's just a sexual relationship, or it's a temptation in this way but then it's not given in that way, or whatever the situation is. Like the Lovers just isn't enough for you anymore. You've outgrown that, and it's like, unless it's commitment, unless it's something real, then I'm not really interested. The Fool. Yeah, you're ready to just start afresh, take a leap of faith, and bank on something new, rather than sitting around waiting for something old that just didn't meet your needs. A Magician. You feel you have this power to manifest. You have what it takes. You feel like a lot more in your power coming towards the end of March. It's like you feel within your power again. You feel like, yes, I'm desirable, I have this, I have that. You know, when this right person comes along, it's like you trust in the universe a little bit more. See, you're putting the work and the effort in on your part. But you still, you know, in the back of your mind, I feel you're still waiting for someone to come in. Yeah, we have, see, the Ten of Wands. You've put the burden down with this other person. You're waiting for something new, but in the meantime, you're just working on yourself. You're investing in yourself. You have the Judgment card, so this person could definitely be coming back. The Tower, it could be a shock to you. Like I said, it's like a surprising kind of thing. You also have the Waiting Game, Authority, Patience. This person again is coming up as authority. So there's someone that, you know, seemed to have their shit together, or they're just very dominating. They wanted it their way all the time, and you know, if it wasn't their way, then it wasn't the right way, and it just made you feel maybe a little bit belittled or small or inferior, like you were kind of to do what you were told or you'd lose them. And you were waiting and being patient and trying to, you know, walk on eggshells and trying to be this person that they wanted. And trying to be this person that they wanted, and you know, trying to like suppress yourself as a woman or a man, suppressing yourself and compromising yourself, all the while waiting for something and being very patient about something that didn't even grow. So that's what kind of hurts you the most. You've done all that only to realize that this person didn't even give you what you wanted anyway. So all the waiting, all the patience, it was just like, that was for you, I think, the last time where you were like, that's it. Never again will I wait or compromise myself or put myself in a position where I'm not getting my needs met. Never will I do that again. And that just is a different trail of thought. And that's the same as here. It's like you've just changed your way of thinking. You're more in control. Yeah, you just want to be more in control. You want to get your needs met. So you're not going to do anything under false pretenses. Now you're serious. Now you want this happy ever after, and you want it to be true. You don't want it to be stem from a situation where you had to almost like suppress your character and hide your character, or just be, you know, a little bit more submissive or something. And that was the obstacle, that was the challenge, that was probably the lesson you had to learn. And then we have balance. So you're in a place now where you have created that balance from this situation, and you're just a lot more together, and I just feel like you appreciate yourself more, you're understanding yourself more, you're, like I said, realizing that you also need to be happy, and to gauge at this time, am I happy in this situation, am I happy in this relationship? You know, you have the answers to this. It's just that sometimes we don't take the time to stop and think, am I happy, or am I just trying to make this other person happy so that in order for me to be happy eventually? But that doesn't really make any sense, because if you're not happy, you won't be happy eventually. But the reason why you're trying to make this other person happy is so that you could get what you want eventually, which, you know, it doesn't really make any sense if you really think about it. So you've got healing family issues. Like I said, for a lot of you, if you have children already or a child, it's, you know, a kind of feeling of wanting to like complete the family, having another parent to like balance it out, and to just, you know, it's just something I feel you've always wanted, a family. And, you know, no one goes into parenting thinking they're going to be a single parent, but it just so happened this way, and now you would like to experience that, which is, you know, there's nothing, of course, who wouldn't want to experience that, like a strong family unit. So it doesn't matter for you if you have to blend families or what you have to do. You're willing to accept if someone else has children. You would like that even more. I just feel a sense of strong family orientation and like a big family. It's saying let your friends help you. For some of you, don't be too proud and don't like lock yourself away when you're going through certain things. Reach out to your friends and talk to them, because you never know. Sometimes advice that people give you is kind of like, oh my God, you know, I really needed that, or I really needed to hear that, or that's made me see things a bit differently. But I feel like, I know for me as well, especially, I don't like to put the burden on other people or talk about my problems or all of that, so I just kind of deal with it myself. But I think it's very important to kind of let your friends help you, because everyone has a different viewpoint and things like that, and to get help from a friend, or to listen to the way they see things, or to just have that support, it does take a weight off your shoulders. And you might not realize it until after you've spoken to this person or a person, and it's kind of like, do you know what, I feel a bit better now, or I feel a bit more hopeful. Trust, like I said, the situation is calling you to have faith. I feel like you are at a point where you are trusting in the universe. You are feeling to yourself, you know, I'm just going to wait and be patient and do what I have to do, and everything will fall into place. But sometimes your faith is wavering. So just remember, like I said, don't give up hope. You've got getting to know each other. So you've got getting to know each other, retreat, free yourself. I'll tell you what this one is in a sec. Well, you've probably seen it. But but you've got free yourself. So once you've done this, once you've put yourself in this position where you are completely in the right space, because you've got to learn, you know, your self-worth. You've learned these lessons. Now it's time to kind of register it, process it, heal, and then, you know, once you've done that, you've taken the time to retreat, while still making sure you're connecting with your friends and people that support you. Then you have getting to know each other and wedding. So I feel like the next person that you enter into a relationship with will be your life partner, as long as you do the work now. So the wavering thing for me is like, it's just stalling you from meeting your husband or your wife. That's all that's happening by you doing that. So if you want to be determined at something, be determined at investing in yourself now, recognizing the lessons, healing yourself, staying optimistic and putting your thoughts into the future and not the past, letting go of things that don't serve you, and definitely paying attention to yourself, loving yourself, asking yourself how you feel, you know, just as you would your child. Nurture yourself like you would your child. And it might sound crazy, but it is good to talk to yourself. You know, you don't have to talk out loud, obviously, but asking yourself how you feel. Check in with yourself from time to time and do some nice things for yourself. And of course, you know, a main thing is making sure you're happy in work life, and there's a balance in your life and things like that, all those things. And once you start doing that, I feel strongly that the next person you start getting to know, that's going to be your life partner, i.e. your wife or your husband. And the universe will let everything fall into place as long as you do your bit, which is to focus on yourself and heal yourself. Okay, Taurus. So it looks like the month of March is kind of like a back and forth within, you know, internally. But truly, please do not give up hope. There is something so much better for you, and you will get what you desire. Just don't lose faith. And I can't stress that enough. Also, this person that comes back in, you know, stay strong with them. I don't feel that they mean you any good. They don't mean you any harm, but it's just like they will throw you off your game, so just leave it. Okay, so if this resonated with you and you'd like a private or personal reading, you can look in the description box below, and there's a link to my website which will take you to where you can make a purchase. Also, please do not forget to like, share, subscribe and comment, as it keeps the channel going, supports my channel. And yeah, I'm wishing you a wonderful month of March, and I will speak to you guys soon. Take care, Taurus, and remember not to give up. Sending you lots and lots of love.